Hey, REDBET here. We have another race review video, the Malaysian Grand Prix. So this race was held at the Sepang racetrack. Attendance for the race was about 88,000. Jorge Martin was on pole. Just a reminder to like and subscribe. We're trying to get the subscribers up. Like and subscribe. So as the race is about to begin, Jorge Martin was on pole and we're off. We have a clean start. Jorge Martin dives down to the first turn. Peccobagnaia was able to launch himself into second place. What a great start for him. He actually started the race in 9th, but nobody can outbreak Peccobagnaia. He's such a great rider who is able to outbreak many riders and charge into a turn late on the brakes. So he moved himself up to second. Jorge Martin was still in first place. Fabio Quartararo moved himself into 6th place. Fabio needed a great result as he's now second place in the World Championship. So there's only one race left in the season, and if he didn't get a great result today, the championship would be over. Luca Marini had to retire out of the race on lap 3. He had a problem with his bike and had to return to the garage. Tetsuya Nagashima crashed out on lap 5. His race was over. Top 5 as of lap 5 in the race were Jorge Martin, Peccobagnaia, Enea Bastinini, Fabio Quartararo, and Marq Marquez. Jorge Martin was still in the lead at this point of the race with a 1.2 second lead, but on lap 7 he crashes out of the race on turn 5. It wasn't too bad of a crash. Well, it was bad for his bike. His bike was destroyed, but he was able to walk away and, his race was over, but he's not really in the fight for the world title, so he'll be able to probably race next week. So now Peccobagnaia is in the lead. Also, Fabio, if he finished off the podium, then Pecco would be world champion. So Enea Bastinini was really pushing hard, but he couldn't push too hard. And also, you could see the Ducati bosses, they were kind of worried, because if he crashes into Peccobagnaia, he could ruin Peccobagnaia's chance to having a world title. So he was still racing really hard. He was being somewhat cautious. He's able to pass Peccobagnaia on lap 11, turn 4. So Enea was doing a great job, but the thing about it is, also there will be a crash at this point in the race. The thing about it is, he has a really slight chance of the world title, where Peccobagnaia is now leading the world championship. So they didn't want to ruin Peccobagnaia's chances of the world title. Also, Fabio Quartararo is in a podium place. He's racing in the 3rd place at this point. So they were a little bit stressful in the Ducati garage. Definitely, they didn't want Pecco. Pecco has fallen a few times this year, and they didn't want something like that to happen. But Pecco is able to grab back the lead on lap 14. He passes Enea Bastinini, and he's able to hold this lead up until the end of the race. Also, we had to worry about Fabio Quartararo because Fabio Quartararo was in 3rd, and Enea Bastinini was still charging up until the last lap, but in the end, Francesco Bagnaia is able to complete his mission, and he's able to take this down to the last lap and win the race. So his championship lead is still intact. Fabio Quartararo is in 3rd in this race, and we have Enea Bastinini in 2nd. And it was very stressful the last few laps because Enea Bastinini was not giving up, even though he wasn't trying to crash into Peccobagnaia. So congrats to Pecco. This is another great win for Peccobagnaia and the Ducati team. But now the championship goes down to the last race of the season. We're going to have a showdown in Valencia in 2 weeks. That's where the last race is held. There's the Ducati garage, and there's Fabio Quartararo. They look friendly now, but in 2 weeks, we're going to have a big showdown because the title will be decided in 2 weeks. The thing is, Fabio Quartararo only has a small chance of winning the title, because if Peccobagnaia finishes 13th or better, he wins the championship. So here he is, being congratulated with his family and his girlfriend and also the team members there. So congrats to him. He does win the race, but it's not over yet. The season, we got one more race in 2 weeks. It's definitely going to be a big race because here we have, Fabio Quartararo, he's not going to give up. But the thing is, if Pecco races a half decent race, as long as he doesn't DNF, he wins the title. But Fabio Quartararo, if something happens to Pecco, or he finishes less than 13th, well then Fabio Quartararo can win the title. And there he is in their cooldown room. He actually has a broken finger. He fractured during one of the practice runs. He crashed out. Congrats to him. He did come 3rd place in this race, but he's very happy about that because if he ended off the podium, his season is over in the terms of the World Championship. So he extended the World Championship to 2 more weeks. And then we have Enea Bastinini coming 2nd. He's had a great ride. Next year, him and Peccobagnaia are partners on the factory Ducati that's another reason why they didn't want to crash out, because that would ruin the relationship next year if somehow Enea Bastinini ruined Peccobagnaia's race and ruined his chance at a world title. So he wins the race, and there he is receiving the first place trophy. Congrats to him. Ducati team is happy. They've racked up the Constructor Championship this year. Now they're trying to wrap up the title for the Driver Championship. We have a showdown in 2 weeks in Valencia, so congrats to the winners here. They are spraying up the champagne, but in 2 weeks, that's when everything is decided. More racing videos coming this week on the channel. We have the Formula 1 US Grand Prix video we're going to be doing in the next few days. Also, there was a passing of the owner of Red Bull, which we're going to do a short video on him. So please check out the channel, like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the race, and tell us what you think of the race, and tell us what you think in 2 weeks. Will Francesco Bagnaia be able to win the title? So we don't know what's going to happen. That's the best part. MotoGP goes down to the last final race of the season. So I will be here, and I hope you're here in 2 weeks. We'll be reviewing the race in Valencia. I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the race. REDBET signing off.